Good morning, Karen.
Morning, Joe.
You ready to do this?
I am. Let's go.
Let's do this. Woo! Yeah. Good morning, Ray. You're holding the door for us. Thank you.
Hey, Ray.
Let's get the show started.
Let's go. Another classroom map. It would look something similar to this.
We have several views you can choose.
Hi, I'm Karen.
And I'm Joe.
And welcome to
What's Happening?
Today we're going to share an app that's a part of our TLI, Texas Literacy Initiative grant here in EPISD, and it is called Howie Hungry Monster Build-A-Word app. So this is a paid app. There is a free version, so I can't promise that everything I show you right now is going to be available in the free version, but if you do decide to purchase a full version, or if you're part of TLI, all of these things will be available to you. Okay? Now this app was primarily purchased for our K through 2 TLI iPads, and the reason is because it's geared towards them. It covers specific TEKs that they'll be addressing in their time in kinder, first grade, and second grade here in Texas. And by the way, TEKs are our Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills. They're standards that we have for our students here in Texas. So if you decide to purchase this app, just for your information, you'll notice that for kinder, level 1 in this particular app covers the blends, the spoken onset and rhymes to form simple words. And so this will totally cover that if you're in kinder. For first grade, it covers your, if you go to level 1 and level 2, your letter sound patterns, the consonant, vowel, consonant, silent E, these specific TEKs you can check out. And for second grade, we found that in this app it covers level 2 and level 3 for syllabication patterns and decoding words by applying knowledge of common spelling patterns. There's also a level 4 and a level 5 that covers like the bossy R and some challenge words. So I'll kind of share that with you in just a bit.
Let's do it.
Okay, the other thing that I really love about this app, other than the fact that it is covering some TEKs and standards that we have in Texas, is that there is a little section called Reports and Setups so that you can see how your students are doing, turn off some hard words, very difficult words if you find that your child or student is struggling in a particular level. So let's get started and share this app with you. Let's see,
Nice.
Howie the Hungry Monster. I'm looking for it. Here it is. Our Build-A-Word app. Okay, when you first get into this app, this is exactly what it looks like. Level 1, level 2, level 3. And right now, I'm going to turn my volume up so that we can hear this. I'm going to go ahead and choose
Short
level 1
vowels.
and hit the start button.
Make the word
Unfortunately,
bid.
I can't hear the word, so I'm not sure what I should choose, but I'll go ahead and share what this does. If I hit the speaker, it's going to
Bid.
repeat the word for me. If I touch, say, a letter,
D.
D, it'll give you that sound, so duh, right? And on the other side with the rhyme,
Ud.
ud. So I can form the word. So I'm going to repeat it again.
B. Id.
I hear it
D.
barely.
Ud.
Oh, I'm wrong?
Try again.
Oh, no. So it's crossed them out, and I turned that feature on so I could try again.
By the way,
Und.
my little mama,
Oh,
she loves
The
this
answer
app.
is
And even when she was like teeny
id.
weeny, she loved this app.
Bid.
And she
Make
just loved
the
that.
word
She loved hearing the monster
mat.
say the different words. And then, of course, she loved the monster when you eat the word.
to build that, right? Okay, so I totally bombed my short vowels here in level 1, but I'm going to go ahead and go back out here, and you'll notice that area that says Report and Setup. So if I'm a teacher, before I give this app to my students to utilize, I want to check out Report and Setups. And I'm going to bypass this area real quick and continue on, top right, to Setup. And by knowing where my student or child is, I can go ahead and begin customizing this app for them, differentiating if we must. But you'll notice that it says level of difficulty. Of course, if I have a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old who's just getting started on this, I might want to turn off the medium one. It said words begin or end with digraphs. Might turn that off and turn off the difficult words. Okay. Another reason is say I assign the level of difficulty and all of them are on, and I find that my student is only getting 20% correct. I might turn off the medium and difficult and until they get a more successful, maybe 90, 100%, and then turn on the medium to make it a little more challenging. Turn on the difficult words to make it a little more challenging. So you have that availability to turn on and off difficult words. You can turn off the monster sound, but the kids love it, like you said. The mic sound. And you can also see that the number of questions. So for practice level, it says practice level 1 through 4. I'm going to choose that, and I have, again, just depending on how many questions I want to assign my student or child, I can go all the way down to 20 questions in one pop, okay, or minimum of 8, right? And the challenge question allows you to set that as well. Notice on the bottom, self-correction has a second try. By default, you don't get a second try where it crosses out the letters if you get it wrong or the sounds. So you can turn that off if you don't want to give them that second try. Maybe, again, more challenging. Or if you're working with a child, you want them to try again because they're trying to learn this, you can turn it on so that they can build it again. And also rebuild the word, the whole word in the second try. You can turn that off. On the very bottom, it says clear all reports. Notice that? Really difficult multiplication problem. 100 times 9. Okay, it's not difficult for me, but it's difficult for a kindergartner, first grader, a second grader. If I want to clear out all reports before my next student comes in, I would just go into reports and setup, clear it. I enter the answer, and it'll start back from scratch, okay?
I never noticed that. That's kind of cool.
You like that?
Yeah.
It's pretty nice if you need to start over. Or again, you're passing iPads off to share with another class so that they can start from scratch.
Yeah, cool.
Top left, I'm going to go to reports. And now I'm in the main menu. You can see that the last time this app was used, overall, in the entire time it was used, it asked 7 questions at 85% correct, okay? You also notice that short vowels, that's the only level that this child went into. They were asked 7 items, 85% correct. So what? Well, if I click on that, I can see exactly which 7 words were asked and which word they were struggling in. So if say in the event my student scored 20%, I can go in and see which words were spelled incorrectly or built incorrectly. And I probably have a better understanding of maybe if there's a sound that they're missing or a blend or a beginning sound, which one they're not understanding. So I'm going to scroll. Ban, I got correctly. So these are all the words that they would be quizzed on. And I can go through and just, there's a ton of words and kind of get that idea. All right, get back to report. And that's on. If on the very bottom, play history, I think this is important for teachers. The play history will show you that for the short vowel sound, one item was asked at 11:47 today. The last time this app was played was January 16th before that. And one item was asked, and it was 100%. So in the classroom, if you don't have the time to clear reports, but you know that group 1 is going in at 10 o'clock and they're going to work on this app, they change centers. Okay, and then it's going to have another timestamp, maybe 10:30. The app was accessed again. So you'll know which student used it. It's not going to have their name on it, but by knowing the timestamp and the order in which those students are arriving in the center, which students, or how that student did. And here, short vowel sounds, if I click on it, I can also see again that one word, rod, and how I put the word together, odd. I'm going to go back to this one that has 3 items for the short vowel sounds on January 8th. You can see how I built this. I need to find one that's incorrect. If there was one that was incorrect, like the first one, it'll actually show you what my first try was. The word is bid, and I put ud, my first try. And the second try I put find. I was totally off. So as a teacher, you can get some valuable feedback as to what they're answering and kind of get down to the root of the problem and how to go ahead and intervene and reteach. Okay? So I really like this as far as that report and setup goes because you can learn a lot about your students' learning and what's going on as they're working with this app in the classroom.
And in a previous episode, Karen showed how you can
Disable?
What's called the...
lock them into an app.
Lock them into the app. So if you have the kids that tend to leave apps and go whatever, this is another episode that shows you how to lock them into this app.
So
make sure
might I demonstrate real quick?
Sure.
I'm going to guided access. I'm going to do that real quick. And that again is in another episode here. But if I were working with kinder students, you'll notice I set guided access here. I can go ahead and disable certain levels. I don't want to discourage my kinder students or they're going to find out they get everything wrong. So I'm going to turn off these levels that don't focus on the standards that are being addressed. I'm just going to leave level 1 available. I hit start. I've locked them into the app. I've disabled level 2, 3, 4, and 5. All they can do is go into level 1.
Build the
and begin
word.
working with this
Net.
app. And I'll always know that they're doing exactly what I asked them to do, and also that they're learning the skill that I asked, the short vowels.
And they're locked into the app, so they can't leave and go to another app. They can't turn it off.
I'm hitting
they
the home
can't
button.
change the volume.
No.
They can't go anywhere. They're stuck to that app.
So I hit my power button, nothing happens. Hit my home button, it tells me to triple click to get out. I have to enter the password to get out of this app.
So you got to check out this app. I mean, this episode on guided access. It's really cool.
Definitely help you if you're wanting to focus and key in on specific standards and keep them in a specific app. Anyway, thank you for joining us to learn a little bit more about Howie the Hungry Monster and one of our Texas Literacy Initiative apps. And we'll see you next time.
Adieu.
Classroom math. It would look something similar to this.
Yes, several pieces.